In this world, I am free, free of any boundary. Free, 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 wild and free. Wild and free. Free from boundary. Mm. In this world, I am free, free of any boundary. Free, 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 wild and free. Wild and free. Free from boundary.
Băieții s-au întors înapoi la București după pașaport, iar noi, fetele, am rămas în Focșan la shopping de ne ieșise și pe nări și pe urechi și pe cap.
Select caste of cordyceps harvesters earn enough to charter it from its hangar outside the capital. When it touches down in Fobjica Valley, they load it with baskets of their pungent crop and send it to the airport at Paro for onward transport to Shanghai and other points east. Dorji looked over at the quiet machine and smiled some more.
Sarah Wheeler. In northern Thailand, the months of February, March and April are known as the burning season, a time of year when the air is filled with smog. One of the places worst affected is the city of Chiang Mai. It's popular with travellers who come for its glittering temples and its forested landscape. But for a while last month, Chiang Mai had the worst air quality of any city in the world. As he investigated just why the pollution was so bad, William Kramer came to rely on a colleague whose own family had suffered.
Although we don't always give them credit, reporters working abroad wouldn't get very far without local journalists to help them. When you have a good fixer, as they're known, a foreign trip goes so much more smoothly, even if the actual roads remain as bumpy as ever. Pachara Sanford is a good fixer. Better known by her nickname Am, she's covered every major story in Thailand over the past 2 decades. Recently, I worked with Am on a story about air pollution in Chiang Mai. Am launched herself into this story, but always kept an eye out for tasty food stalls we might pass along our way. Together, we bounced around the night market of Talad Namor, asking local teenagers for their views about air pollution and sampling bits of grilled meat as we went. The food in Chiang Mai is famously good, and Am told me how happy she was to savour it again. I learnt that she had moved away from the city 5 years ago and now lived in southern Thailand. After our first night, we went to see Am's mum in a village on the outskirts of the city. Sitting on the porch, Am was tucking into a favourite dish from childhood, green curry made with snails gathered from the family rice field. She scoffed it down with the same dynamic enthusiasm with which she did everything, and she told me how she'd come to be a visitor in her own hometown. She was born in Chiang Mai, but moved away as her career began to take off. In 2000